Hello. Welcome. Is my mic... Okay, cool. Just making sure the stream is actually working properly here. Because I am very late. Shocker. Okay. Welcome. This is the first stream. This is technically my new year because my year ends at the charity event. And I've also been in February for like 2 weeks in my mind. So, welcome. It's Monday, February 3rd, and I am just under 20 minutes late to stream. Pretty impressive. I am just rambling as I am preparing the rest of the stuff in the background. Okay, let's end the poll, kind of. Sort of. Okay. Poll is ended. I didn't really know what to say. I just wanted to mention that the prices on my website have dropped specifically for not all of the GBAs, but the GBAs that have... Well, let's flip over to the top down. And for the GBAs that have the funny playing motherboards in them, these things that have the sleep mode and the LEDs and all of that. I thought they were at a decent price, but they just haven't been selling. And so I dropped them. They might have to go back up in price because of recent tariffs made, but we're not going to talk politics today. We never do, so nothing's going to change on that. But just want to say prices might go up. So anyways, I'm also considering dropping prices on DMGs, but again, prices might have to go up, so I might as well just keep it the same. Anyways, today we are doing one mod and one mod only. Well, actually, we're doing 2 mods and 1 Game Boy. We're only modding 1 Game Boy today. And like Retro Rich has said, it is the Handheld Legend mod that has finally reached me. But it's actually been with me for a while. It's just, once we hit January, things got a little busy with the charity event and just haven't figured out a good time to do this. I was considering... Can this like slide down a little bit so I can tear it and not tear the PCB? No? There we go. I was considering doing this for a second channel video, and I was like, I could shed some light on the main channel with a live stream, and I was like, why not do both? So this will turn into a edited down second channel video. But for you guys watching it live, you'll get to see everything unedited. And then you can watch it edited probably not later this week, but probably later this month, because I've got a couple of videos already edited for the second channel that will come first. And yeah. This is the Retro Glow mod. I have the link in the description. And we're going to be doing a basic IPS V2 mod with it. So things did get a little crazy, but as per usual, we will go ahead and start with a little roll call. So if you want me to say your name out loud in the chat, say hello to you, say something in the chat right now. And while that is happening, I'm going to go get my laptop charger because that's one of the things I forgot. There we go. And this, since this is also a twofer stream and video today, and we're doing one thing, we are going to try and pick up the pace a little bit because I've got things to do, people to see today, and yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it there. I've got things to do and people to see. So let's get started with saying hello to everybody. mostly new faces, or new name, or same names, old faces. Man, you take a week off and just falls apart. Even when I don't take a week off, I'm still not good at speaking during stream. I don't know if there's unicorns to farm. That has not even been a forethought for me. But we've got Retro Rich, Photolops, 842. Let me know how you pronounce that. We got Andrew, Jan, DC, John, and my mom. Hello, welcome. Oh boy, it's one of these shells. That's fun. I dislike doing these shells because I always have to punch out this centerpiece. And Draco. Hello. I was wondering when I'd see Draco's name pop up. But I'm going to start with popping this out of its frame here while I think of how I want to structure the stream, since again, it will also be a second channel video. Gonna snip all of these pieces off real quick. These ones that have that are against the open edge, I like to just break off into the open air so it doesn't leave a piece in the hole. I don't know why. It doesn't really make a difference if I do it like that or the other way. Either way, these pieces like to stick to my flesh cutters. Also, since, we're already 7 minutes into the video, but I should clap to sync at some point here because I am recording my audio separately for the second channel video. Sorry if the clapping startled a headphone user out there. And just snip these last two off. Okay. That is all set up, I believe. So I think the way I want to structure this, I can throw this off to the side. I don't know which bin to put it in. And there's the dog barking. Because someone's wheels and brakes are squealing outside. Probably getting a delivery, so it's okay. You don't need to bark. It's okay. I know someone annoyed you and is breaking up your sleep time. She was napping hard. Okay. The way I think I want to do this is I will install this on the board, and then I will do the rest of the mod as a regular, as I regularly do in stream. But now I'm thinking I should do as much of the IPS mod as I can now while the dog calms down, and then get into the second channel part. So I think I will do that because she's gonna be grumpy for a little bit. So we'll just get on with the mod. The other thing with this is it is missing a speaker because I just went through and cleaned a bunch of motherboards this week. So we'll have to add a speaker and actually test it. You know what? Let's do that first. We've got to clean the power switch as well. And clean some of the residual residue from the cleaner I used. But we can zoom way in here. DJ Ames is late to the party. Oh, and my soldering iron is acting up again. I love that. Just add a bit of flux on both sides there, make things go a little faster. Did anybody learn to solder with me this weekend or on Friday on the second channel? I didn't really title and thumbnail the video too well, but I didn't really know how to title and thumbnail a video where I made a solder practice or did a solder practice kit that was a fidget spinner that lit up. So maybe doing the speaker one would have been a better one to start with. But I figured more people would want to build the speaker instead of a fidget spinner if they were going to follow along with me in a live stream. So that's why I did the fidget spinner one first. It always looks so much dirtier on camera when it's actually cleaned. Like, it's nice and shiny for me, but on the camera it does not want to be shiny. Like, that is what it looks like for me. But now it's clean. So actually we need to also do it to this part of the power switch. That's something that not everybody does, and you should definitely do it, because there's no point in the this piece being clean if the other piece is not clean. But it didn't shock me. It's low voltage, so it wouldn't hurt me at all, DC. It ended with the batteries being pretty much dead. Spoiler alert. I never actually got new batteries for it. I just waited till the next day, and it was better. But the batteries still die, or the LEDs for blue and green still went out fairly fast. I don't know why. I appreciate the help, DC. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I'm gonna clean off like this residue. It always sticks around, like, well, usually where there's leftover flux from the factory on these pins. So we'll just do that. Okay. Now we can get the speaker out. Okay, also, how do you thumbnail it though, DC? This one's the nicest looking one. Just scrubbing the speaker down on the off camera so the dust doesn't fly everywhere. Hey, Will D. I have not seen your name before. You must be new around here. Okay. Let's solder the speaker. YouTuber face with a fidget spinner. Also, how do you know, or how do you show that it's a fidget spinner without like spinning it in a thumbnail? Like, I feel like something that you need to see moving in a still picture is kind of hard to show off. Because like the fidget spinner, like, unless you are fairly familiar with fidget spinners, I don't think it really looks like a fidget spinner when it's like just sitting there. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm wrong. The thumbnail I went with for that video was just the basic thumbnail. Speed lines. It's also like a two-prong fidget spinner. It's not like a normal three-prong one. Okay. Now we've got all of that done. I believe we can actually move on to the... I'm still going to do the IPS kit first. We'll zoom out a little bit more. I have to get out a new screen lens. Sweet. Didn't have to cut one off of the bundle I've got. Ahoy! Downright spiffy. Playing Pokemon Crystal right now? Nice. I'm in a playthrough of Pokemon Sapphire right now. I just beat Leaf Green. I should not have peeled this yet. Oh well. Yeah, I really shouldn't have peeled that yet. We'll hold off. We've got many other things to do first. I like to do my screen lenses last. Centering's not bad. Thought it was going to be worse. You're playing Ruby? Nice. Ruby's solid. I honestly want to go back and play Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire after my Sapphire playthrough, because those games are so good, man. It's slightly crooked, but I think it's fine. Let's bust out the soldering real quick. You're playing blue? I've only played blue. I've never played through red, and I don't think I've played through yellow. I think I started yellow a long time ago and just got bored. And I played silver or gold. I can't remember. It's just kind of hard to go back to the GBC games. No running shoes is really rough. I mean, like, even the GBA games, a lot of Pokemon games in general, without fast forwarding can be rough. Man, that is some poor soldering. Nice. Oh my gosh. This is a disaster. Okay. My goodness. Gen 1 is a grind. Okay. Now we can plug this into here. And then we can peel that off. We can stick the screen. Oh, forgot this one. Then we can stick the screen down. Then we can stick this down, but it doesn't really matter. because we're not quite there yet. But we will stick down this. Just, come on. Why must it go wrong? Okay, well, now it's not in the way of the open glass, so it's fine. There we go. Okay. Minimal dust in the screen area. We'll get the light pipe in before I forget. That just flew out on its own. Did you see that? That was weird. Then we'll separate the Phillips heads from the rest. Get all the rest of the stuff out of the way, and then we'll start the second channel recording here. There is a bit more soldering to do, so we'll keep that out. We can actually put the buttons in first. Forgot to put my phone up in its position. Okay. I like to have my phone mounted up on the wall so I can see any potential important notifications while I'm streaming without it being like in the way on the desk. We'll just put all the side pieces over here. These buttons do not glow in the dark. I tested that beforehand. It's my last non-glow in the dark set. Well, I don't know if I have any more like these buttons. Oh, we've got some plastic that needs to be chopped off. Some plastic dingleberries here. There we go. Buttons move easy. I totally forgot what I said after I said dingleberry. I just started playing Alpha Sapphire on my nephew's Pikachu 3DS that I modded for him yesterday. I like it so far, but I also am apparently weird for liking Brilliant Diamond. I didn't mind Brilliant Diamond as much as like people hate on it. I was just upset that there was like a lack of extra stuff. Like it was literally just the original games with like a few minor tweaks, and like there was no like Delta episode like there is. Spoiler alert. Sorry for Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, but. Okay, well, I got an answer there. What was I saying? Yeah, there was just like no thing for Giratina in the remakes, and I was disappointed in that. But like, I don't know, I still had fun with it because it's like my favorite region. So, whatever. Okay, we are going to start the the second channel portion of this video where I actually go and install this, and then we'll button up the rest of the mod, and then we will go back to actual video recording where we like go through all the modes and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna just go main cam or face cam here, and that'll give me a signal in the edit to start from here. But I'm probably not going to pay attention too much to chat until we get to the part where we actually finish up the mod. So just so you're all aware. Take a drink real quick. I'll even clap to sync again, just in case. And what's the thing called again? Retro Glow. Yep. Okay. Retro Glow. Okay. So today we are installing the Retro Glow LED kit from Handheld Legend. I have not done anything with this before, but I do have a lot of experience with the LED kits from Natalie the Nerd. I don't think I'm going to actually need to snip this off, but I know that we're going to need to break this into 3 pieces. There are some marks here that I don't think they're actually, they're not perforated lines. They're just places to show you cut here. Yeah. Okay, just making sure there's no wires that I just severed there. If not, that would be the end of this. Yeah, there's no actual perforation lines here. They have the lines, but they're not something I can tear easily, which is a little nerve-wracking. Just snipping everything off. Okay. That one's clean. Probably don't need to snip this tiny little piece off, but why not? Okay. Now, oh, actually, I lied. There's 2 more. And now it's fairly straightforward from here. We see our 2 cutouts here. That's for A and B. So we'll just line it up over there. And then the rest of the holes will kind of line up where we need it to be. Same thing over on this side. And the other strip in the middle, we don't want to actually throw this part away. This connects our 2 boards together. So we're going to start with soldering the A and B side down, which from what it looks like, the only part we actually have to solder down is this part right here, and then this part right here. So we can lay this back down. I will get out some flux. I'm going to actually put flux down over the via that hole is lined up over. Actually, I should tin that pad in general. So I will. We'll zoom in as much as we can here. I'm just going to put a little bit of solder on that pad. And I'm actually going to, I lied. I'm going to solder to this pad first because it's bigger and easier to solder to. Then we can get it lined up from there. So I'm going to take my tweezers so I don't burn my fingers and adjust this. So until I think it's in the right position, we're almost there. Actually, I can just wiggle that into place. And then I can put some flux over the top of that via and just press it down. I'm also going to hold this part down to the board as I solder it down. And then we should be fairly locked in there. Wiggling it, it's locked in on both sides. Hopefully that wasn't completely out of focus, because it was coming out of focus, or back into focus, as I looked back up the camera. Nice. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side here. I'm going to pick this up real quick. I'm going to see that this one right here has got a gold circle, this one right here's got a gold circle, and this one right here's got a gold circle. So we're going to want to tin TP2 the reset button? No, that must be TP6 or TP4. Excuse me, TP4 and TP5. So 2, 4, and 5, and then the ground pad. So gotta reline this up to make sure which one's which here. I know which one's TP2. Okay. This one is TP5. Aha, there's where our problem is. Don't focus on the soldering iron. Focus on the board, please, camera. Some flux down there. And I believe it's this one here. So we will tap our iron down there. We will tap our iron down there and down there. Then all of our holes will line up with those solder balls. I'm also going to do the same thing I did to the other board and solder the ground pin first, and then we can wiggle it into place from there. So I want to get the holes lined up perfectly, because we want these gold pads to not be interfered with, or else our button presses will suck. So everything looks pretty lined up here, and now we can put more flux over the top. Some people would say I'm putting too much flux on, but I don't care what those people think. Okay, let's hopefully keep focus on the board here. Tap it down. Ooh, flux did not work there. Tap that down. Then make sure that's as flat as possible. I'm going to tap over this section again. And tap over this section again. Making sure everything was as flat as possible when we soldered it down. And then making sure I didn't bridge any pins on this chip here, since we're soldering kind of close. But from here, we can pre-tin these 3 pads just by going boop and boop and boop. And again and again and again. That's a lot of solder. Let's clean those up a bit with the flux. Okay. And from here, the last bit, where we take this bridging piece, and we are going to literally just bridge these connections. I'm going to start by doing that, just to lock it in a little bit. And then over on this side, we'll start by pressing down with our tweezers as we're soldering that first bit. And we actually kind of want this to scoot over a little bit. It's not wanting to cooperate. Maybe because we need to wiggle this into place a little bit more. There we go. Then we can solder that back down. That looks fairly locked in. We can solder this down. And then we can solder that down, keeping pressure applied to that part of the board so it doesn't wiggle out of place. And then put some more flux down because I love using too much flux. And then we can flatten this piece out, make sure everything's still lined up, flatten this piece out, and flatten this piece out eventually maybe. Does not really want to cooperate. I'm going to put a little bit of flux underneath since it's not flattening out. I genuinely believe that you cannot use too much flux. I'm even going to turn it up to 330 for a second. With flex cables, you don't really want to have your iron too warm because they like to tear easily, but I'm trying to get through to the bottom here. So a little more heat will help it melt a little easier. And that's hopefully good enough. If you want to, you can clean up the flux as long as your flux isn't in the way of any of the gold contacts for your buttons. It shouldn't be a problem, but I like to clean up the flux because it's a little messy. It's a little sticky. So I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol, spray the board, and I have some flux remover. I think this is, yeah, flux remover. I have a bottle that this is flux remover, and then this is just another style of flux. So I always have to look at the fine print to tell which one's which. But we can dump a bit of the flux remover on there. And now my hands are sticky. Spray alcohol on top of the flux remover. And then, for the most part, it'll just wipe away. Some of it you kind of have to scrub a little bit. But you can also clean it off just with a bit of alcohol. Then I'm going to get in the buttons just to make sure there's no sticky flux in the actual button contacts here. Let it air dry for a second, and then we can finish up our mod. In flux we trust, exactly. Okay, now for the next little bit, I'll just do like a fast forward through the mod in the video, so I'll return to paying attention to chat here. Okay, next we need to do this little bit of soldering. This bent one is our select wire, which will go directly onto the pad we just soldered to. Once my iron gets up to temperature here. Wait for it. I don't know why it's so slow. We were just using it at 330. Did a little bit before I got to 300. Then I will use my tweezers here so I don't burn myself. There's that one. And is that even in enough? It is. Okay, cool. We're done with soldering. Assuming that we did everything correctly. And we should be able to just drop the board in like normal. It's not wanting to go in like normal though. Oh, my R button is falling out? That's new. There we go. Locked in. And I haven't had to use a screwdriver all day because this was already disassembled for me. I do want to mention this real quick before I get back to talking about the LED kit. The other day, I sold the Tribal SP, and it is now back in stock because there was a customer return on it. I'm not trying to call out this person specifically, but I just need to use them as an example. Obviously without revealing anything. But I had a return. I just like woke up to an email one day and they're like, it was, well, the first thing I saw was a chargeback. And then I saw their email saying that it was broken, and I don't remember what they claimed it was, but ultimately when I received it back, I did not find anything wrong with it. And so waking up to a chargeback is just not a fun thing in general, but for those who don't know, if you get a chargeback, you, as the store owner, you have to pay the credit card company, in this case it was PayPal, a certain amount of money for the chargeback. If I just had been able to communicate with the customer and said, hey, I'll give you your money back, just send it back please, and here's a free shipping label for you to send it back, then I wouldn't have, the only money I would have spent would have been on the return label. Instead, I got to pay for the return label, and I got charged $15 because ultimately the customer just had buyer's remorse, which is incredibly frustrating. But please, if you have an issue with something that I sell to you or any other small business that sells stuff online, don't just do a chargeback. I understand, like, it's there if you need it, if like they are a not so trustworthy entity, please do use it in that case, but at least give people the benefit of the doubt and like try to work with them for a return, and then go for the chargeback. Yes, like I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but it's not the first time that something like this happened, and it's not the last time it'll happen either. But you're not gonna just like get the short end of the stick if something breaks, because these are old devices. These are 20 plus years old, and they break. No matter how good of a job I do with these installations, things can happen, and things can also happen in shipping. I get returns way more often than I'd like to. Well, the amount I'd like a return is 0. But just please, for the love of God, talk to me. I understand there are untrustworthy people out there, but like, man, you just, it hurts when I have to have a return in general, but then also get charged $15 for no reason. And at the end of the day, when I got it, there was nothing wrong with it. So that was the cherry on top. Why won't we focus back on... There we go. And like, even like in this particular situation, I reached out to them. Well, they did say there was something wrong with it when they did do the chargeback in a separate email. They said that, but they didn't like even specify, hey, I'd like to send this back to you. Why in the heck are we not focusing? Please, camera. My goodness. But they didn't like indicate at all that they were willing to return it. And so at first I thought I was just going to get scammed out of my money. And that was really scary. But I did get the item back. And everything's fine. But now I just lost out on $15 that I didn't need to. Because if we would have just done it the normal way where we communicated like adult human beings, then I would have initiated a return once I got the thing back in my possession. And then I wouldn't have been charged an extra $15. And you would have gotten your full amount back, even for shipping. So, all I would have lost out is on 2 shipping labels. In this case, I lost out on 2 shipping labels and an extra $15. And the stress of, are they actually going to send this thing back? And then I said, could you please cancel the chargeback? And then never heard anything. So... And I didn't want to just like refund them the money and then the chargeback still go through. And then am I out double money then? I don't know. So I just let the chargeback go. Because I can't dispute it with PayPal because I have the item back now. I don't know. Just a little rant I wanted to go through here. But we'll... put the sticker on, and then I'll go back into video making mode. And then if you are interested in this Game Boy or any other Game Boys, you can go to the website now, but in a few moments we will actually put this guy up for grabs. And if you're watching the second channel video, you can grab this right now if it's still available. Go check the website, retroremastered.com. I might even have something else like it. But we can turn this on and see that it works beautifully. Awesome. We can, well, actually, let's test the buttons real quick. Where's my button test cartridge? It read the game immediately. That's a good sign. A, B, start, and select. Starts. Well, you just have to press kind of hard. I can go back in and fix that later, hopefully. But as long as the buttons aren't being like covered up. Okay, up could use a little bit of... No, now it's fine. Okay, up and start might need a little help. And L and R, great. You can't see any of that once again. I always forget about that. But, okay, all the buttons work for now. Yeah, I want to turn that off. We're going to turn the lights off. We're going to dim the lights, and here we go. So we can look at the pretty LEDs. Yeah, I just need to scrub the contacts a little bit. I got my button testing cart from Natalie the Nerd. I don't know what she does for her shop anymore. I haven't checked her shop in a while, but you can check out her website. Okay. This is what the LEDs will just auto-configure to, I guess. And we've got the LEDs sticking out for the L and R buttons. That actually works way better than I thought. We've even got one for the power switch down here, or is that just part of the select button? I honestly can't really tell, but it does a really good job at shining on both of them. At least in my view, not in the video's view. The only thing that is kind of missing is like the side pieces. It just kind of glows from whatever buttons are near it, which is fine. But I will pop over to the website here. So we can... I'm actually going to take a picture of this real quick. Okay. So we can see that default power on, play games. Okay. I'm not really understanding what that is. Just power on. Brightness adjust, color mode selection, color mode edit. That's a little confusing to me. Maybe I'm just not awake enough yet. Okay. To change the retro glow brightness, we want to hold select and D-pad to the right. To the left will lower the brightness. Is that as low as it goes? I am very confused by all this. Okay. Oh, this is the single button edit. I need to read this first, I think. We've got user preset mode. Select, press once to toggle button, hue, and saturation. So do I need to... I am so confused right now. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Turn it back on. Is it just going to go back to having one LED red? No, okay. So select and... I feel like I need to watch a video to figure this out. Okay. Oh, now we're all... Okay, we're in the hue saturation? We got... Oh, okay, okay. What am I in? I'm in the color mode selection. Right now we're going through the rainbow. And then this is the fairy. Is this what the fairy is? And then solid color mode. Okay. How do I adjust the colors? Because we got my solid colors, but I want to... What if I want to change what color it is? Do I hit select and then... Okay. This is honestly like really confusing for my small brain. So just one press will change the color? Or holding it down? Holding it down doesn't really seem to change the color. Just pressing it. Okay. And there's just like a ton of different hues you can press. Retro Rich, this is incredibly confusing. I like this purple. So, yeah, Retro Glow. Are you familiar with this? hold select and press right. Okay, it just flashed blue. Does that mean we're in the color select mode still? No. I'm not quite sure what's happening now. Okay. Now that I'm out of the modes. I'm adjusting the brightness now. Blue means it's done. Okay. I'm gonna be straight up. This is the most confusing button brightness mode yet. Or the, like, settings adjusting. Maybe I'm just stupid, which is very much an option here. But this is not as intuitive as the other ones have been, which the funny playing one is not intuitive at all. So, I shouldn't really dock points for this, but yeah, I'm sure it's easy once you get it, but the fact is I'm going to set it and forget it personally, and then I'm going to forget how to do it, and then whenever I want to change the button colors, I'm not going to remember. I'm going to have to go look this up, and then I'm going to still be confused because I don't adjust it enough. That's my problem with it. Okay. I think for the customer, I'm just going to leave it on the cool rainbow mode. Or this is fairy mode. I'm not quite sure. Okay, green. What does green mean? Can I adjust the brightness now? It just went to solid blue. Green means X mode. Okay. There we go. I'm in brightness mode there. I just wanted to lower the brightness a little bit. That's good. Okay, so now we're in color select mode. So if I hit that, it'll change back to fairy mode. I don't want to do that, so I'll do it this one. And then I will do it again. And that brings me back to editing the colors. Not exactly sure. Or is this the mode where I just play? Why don't I just turn it off and turn it back on? And then now we can actually play a game. And it shouldn't be messed with unless I am holding select and pressing the right. Okay, blue means it's set and I don't have to worry about it. This is going to be an interesting video for me to edit, not going to lie. I think to give it like a full proper review, let me flashbang you guys for a second. 3, 2, 1. To give it a proper review, I'd have to like make sure that it doesn't get in the way of my button presses. But right now, it seems fine. I think my low brain cell count is affecting how I think of it right now. But I like things to be simple. And as someone who sells things, you want to be as simple as you want to make it as simple as possible for your customers. But I'm nitpicky too, so what are you gonna do? Okay, I think that is about it for this video. That is how you install the Retro Glow kit, and I I'd like to say that's how you adjust the stuff, but you probably shouldn't follow my advice on that. So I have the link in the description for the kit, and in the listing it actually shows you how to mess with the colors. Yeah, that's really it. I got nothing else, so I'll just cut it off right here. I used to cut things off like mid-sentence at the end of second channel videos, and I don't do that anymore. I should probably do it for this video. But that's going to be it for this stream, pretty much. I'm actually going to list it real quick. So I will go into my Shopify app, and we will list this. That looks even. Why is it off center there? Okay. Let's look for a Gengar. We'll do it to this one. I'm just editing the listing here. Sorry for the silence. I need to also remove these pictures. Okay, I will peel the peel. I don't really have, I'll just do this. A Reddit notification is popping up. Okay. I'm gonna take the, turn the lights off again real quick, so I can see the buttons a little bit better. And then I'll turn it back on, flashbang. And again. Oh, and we're charging the battery. At least I need to be. Hold on, I'll fix that in a second here. And then we can take one more picture of the back. And I'll get better pictures of this in just a moment. But it is now live for everybody to try and grab if you want it. I'm going to, honestly, I'll just swap to the main or the face cam because I'm done with the stream anyways. If you want this very beautiful lit up Gengar Game Boy Advance, it is now up for grabs. And thank you to Handheld Legend for sending out the Retro Glow kit. I am sorry that I did not understand it as well as you probably hope, but I do think it's a cool little kit. It is linked down below if you want to get the kit itself, or if you want to just buy it from me pre-modded in this Game Boy. You could do that right now. I do have the SP version. I forgot the top down's not working right now. I have the SP version of the Retro Glow kit that I think I'll just do in a second channel video in the future. I don't know if I'll put it in a stream. We'll see. Just see how things shake out. But for now, that is it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the comment, Richard. That was very kind. And I will see you guys on tomorrow. Felicia just joined the mod squad as I'm trying to outro this video. Stream. It's a stream. We were recording, but now we're just streaming. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you for all the donations in the charity event as well. I believe that was you. I believe it's the same Felicia. But members can watch Friday's video, which was the video we watched during the charity event. But you can watch it ad-free and early right now if you want to. Thank you, DC, for the 28 months. My goodness. And tomorrow we've got a second channel video that I'm honestly not sure which one it is yet. I want to do one that I haven't edited yet, so I will try and edit that today, but I've got things to do. And yeah, it could be any video, so you'll just see tomorrow's video when it pops up around noon tomorrow. And yeah, the Wii video will be Friday's main channel video. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. For reals this time. Later, guys. That was a decent snap.